The air that first greets you in Timor Leste is different. It's thick with the scent of damp earth and distant wood smoke, a primal perfume that speaks of ancient lands. As the small plane descends, the world below unfurls like a crumpled map of green and gold. The mountains are not gentle hills. They're dramatic, jagged peaks that tear at the sky, their slopes covered in a dense tapestry of forest. The first impression is one of untamed wilderness. It's a place that feels as if it has been kept secret, held back from the relentless march of the modern world. This is not a land that shouts its presence. It whispers. It invites you to listen closely. Stepping onto the tarmac at Presidente Nicolau Lobato International Airport is, well, a sensory awakening. The heat is immediate. It's a heavy, humid blanket that wraps around you, slowing your movements and quieting your thoughts. The sun is a brilliant white disk in a vast cerulean sky. Its light is so intense it seems to bleach the very color from the world, only to return it in saturated bursts of emerald green and terracotta red. You can hear the distant hum of Dili, the capital, but it's a gentle sound, easily lost beneath the rustle of palm fronds and the chirping of unseen insects. This is a place where nature's symphony is the dominant sound. There is a certain stillness here. It's a profound quiet that settles deep within your bones. The pace of life seems to be set by the sun's slow arc across the sky, not by the ticking of a clock. People move with a deliberate grace, an unhurried rhythm that feels entirely natural. There's no sense of urgency, no frantic rush. Instead, there's an invitation to simply be present. To watch the clouds drift over the mountaintops, to feel the warm breeze on your skin, to breathe in the rich, loamy scent of the island. It is a powerful and humbling experience. My journey began with a simple drive out of the city. The road, a winding ribbon of asphalt, clung precariously to the coastline. On one side, the mountains rose like silent green giants. On the other, the ocean stretched out to an unbroken horizon, its surface a shimmering sheet of sapphire and turquoise. Small villages appeared and disappeared among the trees, their homes built on stilts and topped with thatched roofs. Children played in the shallows, their laughter carrying on the wind. It was a scene of profound peace, a tableau of life lived in harmony with the land and the sea. This was the true beginning of my discovery. The landscapes of Timor Leste are monumental. They possess a raw and dramatic beauty that speaks of immense geological forces and the patient work of millennia. Driving inland, the coastal plains give way to a world of mountains. These are not rolling hills, but formidable, sharp-edged ranges that climb thousands of feet into the clouds. The roads twist and turn, carving a path through a vertical world. Around every bend, a new vista unfolds, each more breathtaking than the last. Deep valleys, carpeted in every imaginable shade of green, plunge into shadow, while sun-drenched ridges stand out in sharp relief against the brilliant blue sky. It's a three-dimensional world of staggering scale. Here, the earth feels alive. You can almost sense the tectonic plates that push these mountains up from the seafloor. The rock faces are scarred and weathered, telling a story of wind and rain over countless ages. Waterfalls cascade down sheer cliffs, their spray creating miniature rainbows in the sunlight. These streams and rivers are the lifeblood of the island, nourishing the terraced rice paddies that cling to the steep hillsides like intricate green mosaics. The sheer ingenuity of these terraces, built by hand over generations, is a testament to the deep connection between the people and their land. It's agriculture as a form of art. The sense of isolation is profound. In the heart of the island, you can travel for hours and see no sign of modern life, save for the narrow road beneath your wheels. The air is clean and crisp, filled with the scent of eucalyptus and wild herbs. The silence is broken only by the call of a bird or the distant rush of a river. It's in these moments of solitude that the true majesty of Timor Leste reveals itself. You feel incredibly small, a temporary visitor in a land that has existed long before you, and will continue long after you are gone. It is a humbling and deeply moving experience. This is a land of high contrast. The deep, verdant greens of the jungle stand against the rich red earth of the roadsides. The brilliant white of the clouds contrasts with the intense azure of the sky. As the sun begins to set, the entire landscape is set ablaze in hues of orange, pink, and purple. The mountains become dark silhouettes against a fiery backdrop. The world grows quiet, holding its breath as day gives way to night. The beauty is so intense, so overwhelming, that it feels almost spiritual. It is a reminder of the raw power and artistry of the natural world. Life in Timor Leste is a study in patience. It moves at a pace dictated by the seasons, not by seconds. And in this slow, deliberate rhythm, one finds a unique and fascinating world of wildlife. This is not a land of sprawling savannas teeming with large herds. Instead, its treasures are more subtle. They require you to be quiet, to watch, and to wait. One might spend an entire afternoon observing a troop of macaques as they forage in the forest canopy. Their social interactions, their grooming rituals, their playful squabbles are a complex drama playing out in the high branches. They move with an acrobatic grace, a silent ballet among the leaves. The bird life here is a constant source of wonder. The island is home to a surprising diversity of species, many of them found nowhere else on Earth. The piercing call of the Timor friar bird echoes through the hills. The brilliant flash of a sacred kingfisher as it dives for a meal is a jewel-like moment. In the highlands, one might be lucky enough to glimpse the elusive Timor green pigeon. Its feathers are perfect camouflage against the foliage. To find these creatures, you must learn to walk softly, to blend into the landscape, and to use your ears as much as your eyes. Each sighting feels like a gift, a secret shared between you and the wilderness. Even the smallest creatures are a source of fascination. The butterflies are particularly spectacular. They drift through the air like living flowers, their wings painted in intricate patterns of black, yellow, and electric blue. One can sit by a stream and watch them dance in the sunlight, landing delicately on a flower to drink its nectar. The island's insects too are a world unto themselves. The cicadas provide a constant, pulsating soundtrack to the afternoon heat, their chorus rising and falling in waves. At night, the fireflies emerge, turning the darkness into a sparkling, magical realm. It is a reminder that life, in all its forms, is present in every inch of this land. The pace of discovery mirrors the pace of life. You cannot rush it. One day, while walking quietly along a forest path, I came across a Timor deer. It stood perfectly still, its large dark eyes watching me with a calm curiosity. We observed each other for a long moment, two different species sharing a silent space. It did not bolt in fear. It simply acknowledged my presence before turning and melting back into the shadows of the trees. These encounters are what make exploring Timor Leste so special. It is not about conquering nature, but about being accepted into its slow, ancient dance. One of the most remarkable aspects of life in Timor Leste is its profound affordability. This is not a country driven by consumerism or the relentless pursuit of material wealth. Instead, value is placed on community, on family, and on the sustenance provided by the land. For a visitor, this translates into a surprisingly inexpensive existence. The cost of living is a gentle whisper compared to the roar of many other nations. A hearty and delicious meal at a local warung, a small family-run eatery, can be had for just a few dollars. The plates are piled high with fresh rice, grilled fish, vegetables, and a fiery sambal that awakens the senses. Daily life unfolds with a beautiful simplicity. The local markets are the heart of the community, vibrant hubs of commerce and social interaction. Here, you can buy a week's worth of fresh produce for what you might spend on a single coffee in a western city. Mountains of leafy greens, vibrant red tomatoes, knobbly ginger roots, and exotic fruits like mangosteen and rambutan are piled high on woven mats. The prices are not fixed. They are discovered through a friendly, smiling negotiation, a small ritual of connection between buyer and seller. A few dollars can fill your bag with an abundance of fresh, organic food. Housing, too, is remarkably accessible. While Dili offers more modern apartments, venturing into the smaller towns and villages reveals a different way of living. A simple, clean room in a local guest house might cost less per week than a single night in a hotel elsewhere. This affordability is not about a lack of quality, but a different set of priorities. Comfort is found not in luxury amenities, but in a cool breeze through an open window, a shady veranda for escaping the midday sun, and the sound of geckos chirping on the wall. It allows for a longer, more immersive stay, a chance to truly settle in. This economic reality fosters a deeper appreciation for what is truly necessary. You learn to live with less, and in doing so, you discover a greater sense of freedom. The constant pressure to earn and spend recedes, replaced by a richness of experience. Time becomes the most valuable currency. There is time to read, to walk, to talk with new friends, and to simply sit and watch the world go by. The affordability of Timor Leste is not just a practical benefit. It is an invitation to shed the complexities of modern life and embrace a simpler, more meaningful way of being. It is a wealth not measured in money, but in moments. The true treasure of Timor Leste is not found in its landscapes or its wildlife, but in its people. There is honestly a profound kindness and a quiet dignity that radiates from them, a warmth that is immediately felt upon arrival. Their smiles are genuine and frequent, offered freely to strangers. In the villages, you are greeted not as a tourist but as a guest. People will call out "Bon dia," good morning, from their homes, their faces open and welcoming. This hospitality is not a performance. It is an intrinsic part of the culture, a deeply ingrained spirit of generosity that is both humbling and heartwarming. It is a spirit born of resilience. I was particularly struck by the grace and strength of the women. They are the backbone of Timorese society, working in the fields, running the markets, and raising their families with a tireless and gentle spirit. You see them walking along the roadsides, carrying heavy loads on their heads with an effortless balance, their posture straight and proud. Their faces are maps of their lives, etched with both hardship and laughter. There is a natural beauty in their dark eyes and their ready smiles, a beauty that comes from an inner strength and a deep connection to their heritage. They carry the culture in their hearts. Their artistry is woven into the fabric of daily life. In the mountain villages, women sit on their verandas, their hands moving with practiced skill as they create the traditional textiles known as ties. These are not mere cloths. They are stories told in thread. Each region has its own unique patterns and colors, a visual language that speaks of ancestry, social status, and spiritual beliefs. The intricate geometric designs are created from memory, passed down from mother to daughter through countless generations. To watch a woman at her loom is to witness a living tradition, a thread connecting the past to the present. This gentleness of spirit belies an incredible resilience. The people of Timor-Leste have endured immense challenges in their recent history, yet there is no sense of bitterness or resentment. Instead, there is a powerful sense of hope and a focus on the future. They are proud of their hard-won independence and are working to build a new nation. This combination of gentleness and strength is a powerful testament to the human spirit. To be welcomed into their world, to share a meal or a simple conversation is a profound privilege. It is an experience that stays with you long after you have departed. Beneath the surface of everyday life in Timor-Leste, there is another world. It's a world of ancient beliefs and sacred traditions. a spiritual landscape that is as real and as powerful as the mountains themselves. This is not a history that is confined to museums or books. It is alive. It is whispered on the wind and felt in the shadows of the banyan trees. The Timor Leste people have a deep and abiding respect for their ancestors, who are believed to watch over the living. Their presence is acknowledged in small daily rituals and in larger, more elaborate ceremonies that mark the cycles of life. The suspense of discovery here isn't about finding lost cities of gold. It's about stumbling upon a place that feels charged with an unseen energy. You might be hiking through a dense forest and suddenly come across a collection of small, moss-covered stones arranged in a circle. Your guide will grow quiet, his voice dropping to a respectful whisper. This is a Lulik place, a sacred site. It is a portal to the spirit world, a place where offerings are made and prayers are whispered. You feel a sense of reverence, a feeling that you are standing on holy ground, and you tread carefully so as not to disturb the spirits. These sacred sites are hidden all over the island, their locations often kept as closely guarded secrets, known only to the elders of the community. Finding one is a matter of trust. It requires building a relationship with the local people, showing respect for their culture, and being invited into their world. One elder, after many days of shared coffee and conversation, led me to a sacred spring hidden deep in a bamboo grove. The water, he explained, had healing properties. He cupped his hands and drank, then offered some to me. It was a powerful moment of connection, a sharing of something deeply significant. The traditions are most visible during ceremonies. Funerals in particular are elaborate, multi-day affairs that involve the entire community and often neighboring villages. They are not just about mourning the dead, but about ensuring their safe passage to the next world and celebrating their life. There is chanting, dancing, and the sharing of food. Buffalo and pigs are sacrificed as offerings to the ancestors. To witness such a ceremony is to be transported back in time, to see a culture that remains deeply connected to its animist roots, even alongside the more recent influence of Catholicism. It is a glimpse into the soul of the island. The mountains of Timor Leste hold some of its most profound secrets. For weeks I had heard whispers of them, faint rumors of caves adorned with ancient paintings, hidden away from the world. The journey to find them was an expedition in itself, a suspenseful pilgrimage into the rugged heart of the country. It involved a long drive over rough tracks, followed by a multi-hour trek through dense, humid jungle. My guide, a quiet man from a nearby village, led the way, cutting a path with his machete. The air grew cooler and damper as we climbed higher, the sounds of the modern world fading into an immense silence, broken only by our own breathing. We finally arrived at a sheer cliff face, almost completely obscured by a curtain of hanging vines. The guide pulled them aside, revealing a dark, narrow opening. It felt like stepping through a veil into another time. Inside, the air was still and cool, carrying the earthy scent of stone and dampness. My eyes slowly adjusted to the gloom. And then I saw them. The walls were covered in paintings, figures of animals, human-like shapes with outstretched arms, and intricate geometric patterns, all rendered in pigments of red and black ochre. They were ghostly and beautiful, faint whispers from a distant past. These were the voices of the first people. Archaeologists believe some of these paintings could be thousands of years old, created by the earliest inhabitants of the island. Standing there in the silent darkness, I felt an overwhelming sense of connection to them. I imagined them gathered in this very spot, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of a torch, mixing their paints and carefully drawing the images that were important to them. Were these hunting scenes, records of shamanic journeys? We may never know for certain. The mystery is part of their power. They are a puzzle left for us by the ancestors. Touching the cool, rough surface of the cave wall, I felt a shiver run down my spine. It was a tangible link to a time beyond memory. These were not just drawings. They were a sacred act, an attempt to understand the world and one's place within it. The figures seemed to dance and move in the shifting light of my torch. The animals, perhaps deer or crocodiles, were rendered with a simple, powerful grace. It was a profound reminder that the need to create, to tell stories, and to leave a mark on the world is a fundamental part of the human experience. Leaving the cave and stepping back into the bright sunlight felt like returning from a different dimension. Just a short boat ride from the coast of Dili lies an island that feels like a world apart. Taro Island rises from the sea like a sleeping green dragon, its spine forming a ridge of rugged hills. The journey across the Wetar Strait is an experience in itself. The water here is a deep, impossible shade of blue, so clear that you can see schools of fish darting far below the surface. Dolphins often race alongside the boat, their sleek bodies leaping from the waves in a joyful display. As you approach the island, the deep blue gives way to a brilliant turquoise, lapping against shores of pure white sand. The true wonder of Taro lies beneath the waves. The island is situated in the heart of the Coral Triangle, an area with the highest marine biodiversity on the planet. The coral reefs here are simply astonishing. They are vibrant, healthy, and teeming with life. Putting on a mask and snorkel and slipping into the warm water is like entering a completely different universe. You are immediately surrounded by a kaleidoscopic swirl of color and movement. Vast gardens of coral in every imaginable shape and form stretch out below you, from delicate branching fans to massive brain-like boulders. The sheer density of fish is breathtaking. Clouds of tiny electric blue damselfish part as you swim through them. Parrotfish, painted in gaudy shades of pink, green and blue, crunch audibly on the coral. Anemones wave their tentacles gently in the current, providing a home for shy clownfish. You might see a majestic sea turtle gliding effortlessly past, its ancient eyes seemingly full of wisdom. Or you might spot a reef shark patrolling the edge of the drop-off, a silent and graceful predator. Every square inch of the reef is alive, a complex and beautiful ecosystem in perfect balance. The experience is profoundly immersive. The only sound is the gentle crackle of the reef and the sound of your own breathing. The water embraces you, its gentle pressure a calming sensation. The way the sunlight filters down from the surface, creating shifting patterns of light on the seafloor, is mesmerizing. It is a world of silent, fluid motion. To spend time in the waters of Taro is to be reminded of the incredible beauty and fragility of our planet's oceans. It is a truly unforgettable encounter with one of the last great underwater wildernesses on Earth. To leave Timor Leste is to carry a piece of it with you forever. It is not the kind of place you simply visit. It is a place you feel. The memories that linger are not just of the stunning landscapes, but of the sensory details that make it so vivid. I will remember the feeling of the warm, humid wind on my skin as I stood on a mountain ridge, looking out over a sea of green. I will remember the sound of the ocean, a constant rhythmic whisper that provided the soundtrack to my days. The colors remain burned into my mind. The impossible turquoise of the sea, the rich red of the earth, and the brilliant green of the rice paddies. The true emotional impact, however, comes from the people. Their resilience, their kindness, and their quiet dignity are the heart and soul of this nation. I will never forget the taste of coffee shared on a simple veranda, the conversation flowing easily despite language barriers. I will remember the smiles of the children playing in the village streets and the deep, knowing eyes of the elders. There is a profound sense of community here, a web of relationships that hold society together. It is a powerful reminder that our greatest wealth lies not in our possessions, but in our connections to one another. Timor Leste is a land of quiet revelation. It does not boast or shout. it reveals its treasures slowly, rewarding those who are patient and respectful. It is in the hidden waterfalls, the ancient cave paintings, and the secret sacred sites that you feel the island's true spirit. It is a place that encourages you to slow down, to look more closely, and to listen more carefully. It teaches you that the most profound discoveries are often the ones you make within yourself. It is a journey that changes your perspective, leaving you with a deeper appreciation for simplicity, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. What makes Timor Leste unforgettable is its authenticity. It is a nation that is still in the process of defining itself. A place that has not yet been polished and packaged for mass tourism. It is raw, it is real, and it is breathtakingly beautiful. It is a land where the past is ever present, where the spirit world feels close, and where the future is being built with hope and determination. To have walked its mountains, to have swum in its seas, and to have been welcomed by its people is a privilege. It is a journey to the heart of what it means to be connected to a place, and a memory I will cherish for all my days.